Hello everyone, Vintage A32 here back with my mailbag. It's overflowing this week because there's a bunch more stuff off here to the side. Next week I'm not really expecting a whole lot, I promise. There's not a whole lot coming next week unless something changes. But there's going to be a few things anyways. First of all, I got some games. First of all, I got one here that I got from Zat 2 Games in the UK. Roll out box. It's called Valbara. And it's about this ancient continent. Basically, you are exploring this continent of Valbara, leading your clan to discover it. It's a game where you're going to be playing cards to collect cards from the middle, stronger cards collect last. It seems pretty interesting, pretty nice artwork, pretty fun. It came out a couple years ago, I do believe. It doesn't say, but it's from Studio 8, aka Hassett Games. And yeah, it seems like it's a pretty cool game. Then I got a game here. It's also from Studio 8, also with a side opening box. This is a trick-taking game. How many players was it? I was going to say, oh yeah, 3 to 5 players, but it only has 2 suits on it. Red and blue suits with numbers 1 through 27, I believe. You may only be using certain numbers depending on the player count. But it's a trick-taking game. You also have these tiles that each player is going to have that give you certain abilities. It's called Hedgar Curry. Came out a couple years ago. And it seems pretty interesting. I figured I'd check that out. Then I got a couple here that I got from uplay.it. U, as in the letter uplay.it from Italy. I had to get them there because that's really the only place I could find them. And they're both from Piatnik. The first one is Zero Hero. Now, unfortunately, these are not in English. This one has English instructions available, which I printed off. The other one does not. So I had to get the instructions in German or whatever and translate them to English before printing them off. So they might be a little bit sketchy, but it is what it is. In this game, you're going to be collecting sets of cards numbered 0 through 3, I believe. 0 through 4, I don't recall for sure. 4, at least 4. Some of them have abilities. And in order to score points, you need to collect either 1 or 3 of a color. You don't want to go more than that. Otherwise, you will get points. Yeah, it seemed pretty interesting. And then the other one I got, which is a bigger box, it's called Raise. This one, again, does not have English whatsoever. And this one is more about bidding and bluffing and raising, I guess. It seemed pretty interesting, though, so I decided to check it out. It's a big box for some dice and some cards. There's a board or two, but it seemed pretty cool. I will check it out in the future on the channel, both of those. What's weird to me about those ones is that they have teaser trailers in English telling you about the game, but then they're not available in English. Like, the names are English. It's dumbfounding to me. You're making games that are released for Europe, and you're releasing them in German and France and other languages, but they have English names, even have English teaser trailers, but the instructions for English are not included with the game. And for Raise, there's none whatsoever, so go figure. And as far as I'm concerned, this one came out last year, 2023, for Zero Hero. And Raise came out in 2021. And it's out of print. And those are really it's really the only place I found it was on that website. Moving on to Canadian websites, though, and cards. I got a game here that I got from 401 Games. It's kind of a follow-up to one I got last week, which is Q-Birds. It's called Cubosaurs. It's also a set collection game, but with dinosaurs. And in this one, sets, I don't know if you can see, but sometimes they might be positive points, sometimes they might be negative points, depending on how many cards you got. It's kind of cool. On top of that, from 401 Games, I also got a expansion pack. for sea salt and paper, extra salt. Expansion pack, which is a bunch of cards. I haven't looked at that game yet on the channel. That's coming up in the not too distant future. Next month, I think, is when I got it scheduled. Or is it? It's either March or April. I don't recall. I got that. Speaking of 4-1 games, I also got today, or well, technically yesterday. I always record these generally on Friday, so when I say today, I mean Friday. But I released them on Saturday, so there you go. I got this one today, Friday, yesterday, when you're watching this video. It was a pre-order that I got on 4-1 games. It's from Pegasus Spiel. And it's a little game called 5 Towers, where you're trying to win these cards in an auction, basically, to build towers and score points. It seemed pretty cool. This just came out, brand new release. We'll see what I think about it. Then I got some cards here. I got this on eBay. And what it is a couple of decks of cards that are by Graphica, which is I guess one is red, one is black. Gold borders. There you go, Graphica. It's for a card company from Quebec. I've gotten other decks from them, but mainly known for souvenir type decks, and the quality of this it's okay, but it's interesting because it's not a souvenir deck. I think these look like the type of decks you might have found at like a Sears or an Eaton's or at a Bay, an upper class department store like that, if you will. That's what it looks like to me. It's pretty nice back design, I think. Fairly standard decks, as you can say. Straightforward. A nice case. Got that on eBay. Haven't seen any more like that, in case you're wondering. Then I got another game here, a big one. This one I got from Board Game Bliss. And it's called Silly Mafia. And it comes in this box that looks like a suitcase. And it even opens up. Like one as well. Oh, God, there goes all the ingredients. Well, not ingredients, but all the stuff I'm losing here. Or at the very least, the instruction book I lost. This game is about a mafia, a pepper mafia. It's basically a set collection party type game. Plays up to 8 players. And I believe, doesn't say when it came out, but I believe it came out a couple years ago. Maybe you can see the artwork there. And I also got the expansion for that, the Goodfellas expansion. It seems like a pretty cool game. This one actually I think just came out last year, the expansion. But should add some interesting stuff. Decent, kind of a family type game. There's more decks though, a few more. I also got this on eBay. It's a Via Rail deck. Via is a national passenger train service in Canada. You can take some beautiful trips on the train across to Canada to see all the beauty that we have. Excellent. I've never been, but I've seen videos of it on YouTube. You can check them out as well. Just seeing all the scenery from the Great Lakes to the Rocky Mountains and everything in between. It's just a standard souvenir deck made by a company in Ontario. Global Marketing, something like that. Whatever, it's just generic. And then I got some decks here from Collectible Playing Cards. First, from Collectible Playing Cards, is the Bicycle Flannel. I need the Bicycle Denim deck to put underneath this one, which I have somewhere. They do have it available. It's a nice little set. It's just a rider-back type design. I guess it is a rider-back. And fairly straightforward. And then I also got the Kaleidoscope in Blue, which for some reason is not available on the USPCC website, even though the red one is, and the flannel deck even is. This one's only exclusive to Collectible Playing Cards. Still selling it at a reasonable price. And it's pretty cool. And then there's one more deck, which I just got. And this one is from Kickstarter. It is the INKSTER Senior Year deck. Last one in the series. It had some difficulty finding it. It does have foil on the box and on the cards. It's pretty nice. I feel like I should throw this like a hat. Yay! We're done. we're done with the mail video for this week. I think. I hope I didn't forget anything. That's a lot already. I think that was it. Comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you think. And we'll see you next time. Well, thanks for watching.